So, what is an acting headshot? Acting headshots are a type of portrait photo used by actors to help them land acting roles. This is typically what casting directors will use to decide whether an actor has the right look or essence for a given role they're trying to cast. This is why it is so important to make certain that your child's headshot is a true representation of who they are so casting can learn how to book your child in the future. Let me explain further. If your child has an innocent essence about them, you want their headshot to portray that image, just like we spoke about in the authenticity lesson. If your child conveys strength, make the headshot match. This is where we match the authenticity to the picture. Let me show you a couple of examples and show you how a casting director views headshots. This is an older headshot of my daughter, Skylar. Remember, she often books roles in which she plays the victim because she has an air of innocence about her. If a casting director is scrolling through headshots on Actors Access, looking to cast a child in Skylar's demographic to play a role that is described as weak and vulnerable, you can see how Skylar's headshot would be a match. Conversely, if the casting director is looking to hire the role of a mean girl, this headshot does not do the trick. Let's look at another example. This is an older headshot of my youngest daughter, Ariel. Although they're sisters and they even resemble each other, they have very different essences. Ariel often books roles that are filled with personality, sass, and sarcasm, which is reflected in her headshot. Remember, her essence is intelligence, and with that comes sarcasm, and she loves to tap into that side of her personality. And it worked, and she booked a ton of commercials doing it.
Can I get you anything else? Maybe some spark bugs?
Are you trying to say spark plugs?
You're good.
Come on, Dad.
Feel like that was a trap.
So hopefully you're starting to understand the importance of having a good headshot that properly reflects who your child is as a person and an actor. Because if you do, you're going to start to get acting roles that truly match your child's essence and personality. And that means they're going to be grounded and authentic, and they're going to have a better chance to book. If you try to have your child match their headshot to each role, you would forever be spinning your wheels. Instead, create a brand for your child so that the casting directors can begin to learn who your child is and how they can be cast in the future. This is a skill a lot of adult actors either don't have or don't understand. Remember, the only reason I understand it is because Sam Christensen taught it to me 15 years ago, and I am forever grateful. So by implementing this early in your child's career is setting them up for long-term success and allowing them to have self-confidence in who they are as a person and as an actor. There's something very empowering about hearing that who you are innately is exactly what will make you successful if you stay true to yourself. It's a way to build tremendous self-worth and confidence. And it's like I tell my girls every time before they walk into an audition, confidence will book over talent any day of the week. Now that statement may have just blown your mind, so let me first say it again. Confidence will book over talent any day of the week. Now, let me explain. Did you ever listen to someone speak, whether it was at your work or your child's school, and what they had to say was important, but you found yourself not listening or even doubting what they were saying because they lacked the confidence to say it with conviction? While on the other hand, have you ever listened to someone speak with so much confidence that you found yourself intrigued in a topic that you cared nothing about? It's human nature to be drawn to the person who exudes confidence. And in the world of acting, it looks something like this. An actor walks into the room and is very cautious and unsure in introducing themselves. Even if it's on tape, you can see the insecurity. This same actor then delivers an amazing performance, but the casting director is left with a feeling of doubt because the actor themselves was unsure. Conversely, an actor walks into the room with confidence and conviction, even if it's on tape, and commands the space. This same actor then delivers a performance that was good, but not nearly as good as the unsure actor the casting director just saw. Who gets the job? 9 times out of 10, it's the confident actor walking away with the booking, because humans are drawn to confidence and can smell desperation a mile away. If you've ever been in the dating world, this holds true too. Relationship experts will report time and time again that confidence from their partner is what is found most attractive. Please always remember that acting is a judged industry. which means human emotion is going to play a role each and every time. And while we're on this topic, let me tell you something that not a lot of people will. When you're talking about human nature, your child may very well not book a job because the person viewing your tape may see your child as a resemblance of the kid that's bullying their kid at school. That innately just gives them a feeling of, I don't like this kid. It's human nature. People are going to make judgment calls on your child based on how they feel about your child. You're not going to win every time, and that's okay. The reason I tell you this is to let you know that so many things are out of your control. And as much as you can prepare your child to understand the complexities of this industry and all that goes into a booking, the better off they're going to be. Because to step in front of the camera each and every time and think that they're going to book it is really setting them up for a rough journey. So please always remember that acting is a judged industry, which means human emotion is going to play a role each and every time. So by confidently establishing a brand for your child that they can easily step into by being themselves and providing the headshots to match will create a winning combination. So now that we understand what feel and essence your child's headshot should convey, let's dive into what physically makes a great headshot. It's all about the eyes. Casting director Amber Horn once said she wants the eyes to pop off the page. Why? Because most of the time casting directors are working on Actors Access, scrolling about every 3 seconds through dozens of tiny thumbnails. So she wants an actor that pops off the page and makes a connection. So whether you're taking your child's picture, which is perfectly acceptable with today's technology, or having it professionally done, you need to make sure that your child's eyes are the main focus, which leads me to wardrobe. Solid colors are a must for headshots because it keeps all the attention on the actor and not their clothing. Logos or loud prints are distracting and compete for attention instead of the casting director making a connection with your child's eyes, like I just mentioned. Know what colors and tones look good on your child. If you're unsure, Google seasonal color analysis to see if your child falls into a winter, spring, summer, or fall category based on their eyes, skin tone, and hair color. You'll be given a color chart to see suggested colors they should wear, and then shop accordingly. Why is this important? Because the right colors will help make your child's eyes pop. We've all seen it when someone puts on that emerald green top and their eyes, which were always hazel, suddenly now look more green, or even brown eyes suddenly becoming more golden with the right mustard colored shirt. Picking the right colors for your headshot is crucial. And of course, you can and want to have multiple looks with headshots, so pick various colors to show range. Each wardrobe change should be a nod to a new character. Remember your child's spectrum and choose from there. Never use costumes. This is just another visual to give casting to show them a different side of your acting child. And layering is a photographer's best friend. A jean jacket over a t-shirt makes for a very preppy schoolboy or girl look. A leather jacket over a t-shirt works for a tough look, while cardigans and sweater vests lean into a studious vibe. But to keep things classic, a simple t-shirt always does the trick. Make sure the shirt isn't too big and fits properly. As a rule of thumb, tighter fitting clothing photographs better. So if you're in between sizes, this is the one and only time as a parent you should choose the smaller size. And if jackets are too bulky, you can always use a chip clip to make it tighter in the back for the sake of the picture. And the same wardrobe that you're using for headshots is also the same wardrobe they should be wearing in auditions. The same rules apply when auditioning. Casting wants to see your child, not your child's clothes, so keep things simple. Additionally, if you're leaning into these different characters in your headshot from the spectrum we created, you also want to do the same thing in your audition videos. So once you know your child's essence and can build out their potential characters, you can then start to build their wardrobe based on those characters, choosing the right tones for their headshots, and then using those same items for their audition closet. You're starting to build an entire acting brand for your child. I used to go to Target and buy plain t-shirts in every color that would look good on my daughters, just so that I had them ready for auditions. Additionally, I would buy them in the next size up so I was prepared for future growth spurts. And now Walmart and Amazon are additionally great places to find these really inexpensive teas. Next, let's talk about hair and makeup. As you can imagine, people have differing opinions on this topic, but as a general consensus, children should look like children, period. And as a majority consensus, children under the age of 13 should have no makeup on at all. Over the age of 13, maybe a little mascara and lip gloss. But if you think of television and movies that you've seen over most of your life, child actors are not wearing makeup unless it's for a specific reason within the storyline. So don't be the exception. Makeup on a child is, for the most part, distracting. And just like we don't want the clothing to be distracting, neither do we want the makeup to be either. My daughter booked the role of young Fallon on Dynasty. She was playing the role of a billionaire child. She was in and out of the hair and makeup trailer in about 5 minutes. They brushed her hair, put a headband on her, stuck some chapstick on her lips, and sent her on her way. I can't think of a more posh family than is being portrayed on Dynasty. And even then, there was little to no hair or makeup. So if she had auditioned made up, she likely wouldn't have gotten the role. Plus, your child should never look older than they are, because most of the time casting wants an older child to play younger, since they're more mature and can often spend more time on set per union rules. So you would never want casting to think your child is older only to find out that they're younger than their headshot or audition appears. I once had a headshot of Skylar who was about 8 years old at the time. And after the photographer edited the picture, it looked like she had some makeup on, when in fact, she didn't have any. We went to a callback using that headshot, and the casting director later told me that the director had all the kids' headshots on the floor while he was making his decision. And he said, pointing to Skylar's picture, "That mother ought to be shot for taking this picture. She looks twice her age." I couldn't believe it. I thought the picture was actually gorgeous of her, and the photographer was and still is a very well-known child photographer in the industry, which is why I'm not sharing the photo. I was so grateful to receive that feedback, even though it really hurt at the time because I knew it cost my daughter a job. And additionally, I had just spent a lot of money on these headshots, and now I was afraid to use them. But if I had not been told that, I may cost my daughter more opportunities in the future. I tell you this story because most people in the industry who are looking to book a child in their project truly want a natural, fresh-faced child. So keep this in mind when you're preparing for headshots and auditions. When both of my daughters were first starting out, we would often go to Stillwell Casting, a casting office in Midtown Atlanta. The casting director, Brian Beagle, would often comment that he wants the kids to look like kids. For him, that meant messy hair, dirty socks. He wanted them to look like they just got off the playground. For me, that was hard because I wanted to present my children in their best manner. But it taught me a valuable lesson. Casting directors can see well beyond hair, makeup, and wardrobe. They are experts in seeing true authenticity. Now, I'm not telling you not to brush your child's hair before a headshot or audition, but what I am telling you is that you can relax a lot more than I did regarding headshots, makeup, and wardrobe, and trust that your child's personality and acting ability are the true stars of the show. Before we wrap up this section, it's worth mentioning that commercial headshots are different than theatrical, those for TV and film. Commercial headshots should show a ton of personality with an open mouth smile, even if your child is toothless at the time, which, by the way, casting loves. So show that off. It's an adorable stage. Also, wardrobe colors for commercial headshots tend to be a little bit brighter and happier. Hair can be in pigtails or a ponytail or a little gel for boys. And this is where you can get away with some patterns or patches on a jacket to make the image a little more interesting. Even silly faces and personality shots are completely acceptable. Attached to this lesson is a PDF printout of some of the best child photographers from throughout the country. As always, vet each photographer, check out their website, and see if there is someone that you would like to work with for your child. These are top photographers, so you can expect to pay premium prices. And remember, kids need new headshots about every 6 months to a year. Sooner if they've had a major appearance change, meaning they've lost teeth, had a drastic haircut, suddenly went through puberty. Bottom line, your child's headshot should look like your child when they walk into a room for a live or taped audition. And like I said, technology is so good now, you can do this on your own. Just make sure that you can clearly see the color of your child's eyes, the shot is in focus, and it is truly a headshot of your child. And once you have these headshots, make sure you're uploading at least 2 of the free ones that you have, one theatrical, one commercial, to Actors Access. So now that you know how to create the perfect headshot, let's make sure you know how to read a script thoroughly and correctly for their future auditions. On to the next lesson.